Hi, welcome back to the Library Show. My name is Andrea Nicolay and I'm Director of Libraries here in town. So we're sitting here in the community room today, and behind me I have the beautiful fireplace mural that was donated by Nancy Muse and her students at Arlington High School. Every time I walk into this room and see that fireplace, it makes me happy. Today we're here with Karin Barrett. Karin is the Foundation Chair, and I'm really delighted to have her here this morning, and I'm very grateful to her for spending time with me to talk about the Foundation and all of the great things the Arlington Libraries Foundation does. So I'm just going to start off by asking Karin, why did you become involved with the Foundation? What's in it for you?
Well, thank you, Andrea. I am excited to be here today. I'm at the library a lot. I joined the Foundation because I really am at the library a lot. It's an important part of our family. I have two small children, so they are constantly in the children's room and taking out a wide variety of things that are beyond books. Most lately, video games is our new passion. And my husband and I are also here. We're avid readers. We, for a long time, have just come and borrowed books and only more recently discovered the whole online world of reading ebooks. So while I was here, I was talking to Kathy Fennelly about something completely unrelated to libraries. Kathy Fennelly is a trustee here, and she was the one who said, well, you feel so strongly about the library and you understand how understaffed they are and the needs that they have and how the library has grown. And she recommended that I contact the board, and that was about 3 years ago. Since then, I've taken on different roles with the annual appeal and some town day planning. I have an architectural background, so I like to get involved with the graphics and project management. And earlier this year, I was honored to be asked to be the chair, and now I'm taking on different roles and looking at different aspects as the foundation continues to grow.
Fantastic. Well, they're lucky to have you, and so are we. So let's talk about how the Foundation has helped the library over the years, the past few years. I could certainly say that the Foundation has filled a place where we were really looking for larger funding for special projects. So maybe you can expand on that a little bit for our audience.
Sure. I was not here at the inception, but I know a little bit about the history. So about 10 years ago or so, there was legislation put in place in Massachusetts that prohibited public institutions from fundraising, a very simplistic view of the legislation. And so at the time, the trustees decided that they needed to form a foundation and that they would no longer do fundraising. They turned to the Friends organization to help out with some of the projects in between, specifically, I think a lot of people know about the Sundays, having extended hours on Sundays, because there just wasn't the funds at the time to support them from the town. And during that time, behind the scenes, the foundation was being developed and incorporated as a 501c3b, and what was its mission, what was it going to do. And working with your predecessor, there was just an outline of, we need a foundation to do fundraising for larger projects. There may be initiatives like capital campaigns or renovations happening, or there may just be larger acquisitions that the library needs. So in 2013, the foundation was officially formed and announced. And since then, we have grown. We have learned how to be a foundation. We have learned how to explain our role to the town. And I think that we are now at a point where we're comfortable with who we are. Working with the administration and you and with the Friends organization, we've defined our different roles as to what we are supporting at the library. And we're looking forward to the future and what we can bring and offer to you and the library.
So I'm often asked, what's the difference between the Friends organizations and the Foundation? And I think that it's a valid question since the Foundation is fairly new with respect to the Friends groups that exist here in town. The Friends groups have a membership. The Friends of Robbins have a membership base. The Friends of Fox exist to support the Fox Library. I think that my perception of the Foundation's role has become one of, the Foundation does the heavy lifting. The Foundation is where we go for the big asks.
Yep.
And I think that helps people understand, there are all of these great ways to support the library. Certainly any donation to the Friends or any donation to the foundation will go to eventually support what we're doing here. But when it comes to the big time funding needs, the foundation, that's where the foundation really comes up.
I think that's true, and right now we have to date been supporting smaller initiatives that you had and able to support some of the material needs that you need. But going forward, we're building our infrastructure so that we can have these larger initiatives that you have started and be able to have the framework in place to know how to make those requests of our donors. We want to offer them the opportunity to be involved in strengthening the enhancements that we have. And with the capital campaign coming, then the Reimagining Our Libraries is really looking at what can we do? What are we going to do? And I think when the trustees were looking ahead, they were really looking to this time when the library needs an update. It's been 30 years or so since we've had any type of major changes, and we're ready. The library needs have changed, and the needs, the fundraising needs have also changed.
Yeah.
So the foundation is here to do that, and it's taken us a couple of years, but I think this is when everybody in town is going to hear more about us.
So speaking of major changes to the library, we're looking ahead to a couple of public meetings soon, and certainly that'll be another opportunity for people to learn about the foundation and what the foundation's role is with respect to reimagining our libraries. So just to put in a plug here for those meetings, the first one will take place at the Fox Library on June 13th at 7 o'clock. The second public meeting will take place at the Robbins Library here in the community room at 7 o'clock. Both meetings will address both libraries, so you don't have to pick one versus the other when you're trying to decide where to put your energy. And we welcome business owners, we welcome families, we welcome senior citizens, we welcome people who are in transition with their careers. There are so many different groups of people who use the library, and all of their needs vary. So we're interested in hearing from you. We really want your ideas about how we can improve these spaces. Co-working is on the rise, so we really want to cater as much as possible to the needs of Arlingtonians today and going forward. So. And looking at our children's room, which you and your family use all the time,
Yep.
Those spaces, they become, the sight lines have never been great in that room anyway, and we really want to capitalize on this theme of bringing nature indoors, and there are lots of exciting improvements that we can make. Staff would really love to do story times in the space and have the flexibility of the room to accommodate that.
Yep.
So, really looking forward to seeing what comes of those public meetings. And
well, and I think you and I have had the opportunity to visit some local libraries who also have foundations. It's become very common, and we've been able to see the success of their foundations supporting a renovation project and what they've been able to do. And it's been eye-opening for me to realize some of the changes in just library thinking that have changed the way the library is laid out or what they're doing. Self-checkout is one that I've grown to appreciate, but even what's offered in a children's library is not the same as what was offered 30 years ago. The teen usage of the library is on the rise, and what do they need the spaces for? So I think that the foundation is able to learn a lot from these other foundation groups and the libraries, and I've enjoyed being able to go out and visit those with some of those libraries with you.
mm-hmm. Yeah, we've been to Lexington, Milton, Wellesley,
Reading,
all
libraries that have had recent renovations in the last couple of years.
That's right.
So it's exciting, and the prospect of our libraries having some updates is really interesting and appealing, and I look forward to hearing the ideas the community has to offer, because just looking over some literature, 300,000 patrons coming through the doors of our libraries. Our libraries are heavily used by the people around town, of all different backgrounds, and I'm sure everybody has some kind of idea of what they would love to see the library have or be doing. Yeah.
So with the capital campaign coming up, what do you see as the needs of the foundation heading into the fall, the next season?
So as I said, the foundation's been growing, and our board has been able to do a lot. But with the capital campaign, we are see that we will be growing even more. We are looking to increase our volunteer base. We are looking to have some people with development background, graphics background, finance background, all different kind of sales and marketing backgrounds to help us expand our outreach to the neighborhood and the community. So we are soliciting applications for board members, volunteers, advisory board members, and I'd encourage everybody to look at our website. It's www.arlingtonlibrariesfoundation.org. I realize the website is in need of some updates, but there's some valuable information on there. And we also have a Facebook page if you look for Arlington Libraries Foundation. And through there, you can see what we've been doing and also just maybe ask some questions or look at how you may be able to contribute with the upcoming capital campaign, because I think it's a great way to get involved with the changes that will be happening, support the library, offer whatever your expertise are, and it would be beneficial to the foundation and to the library as well.
Thank you so much for being with me this morning. I really appreciate your time, and I really appreciate everything that you've had to say about the foundation this morning.
Thanks. I was glad to be here, and I look forward to working together, and I think this next year is going to be quite exciting for us.
Most definitely. Thank you. To sign up for the public meetings around reimagining our libraries, please visit the library website at robbinslibrary.org. You can click on the right-hand side. There are two links, one for the June 13th one for the June 21st one, and it'll take you right through to Eventbrite, and it's a free registration. So encourage your friends and family, and hope to see you there. There will be light refreshments as well. And now for something totally different. Every year, the Robbins Library Rockin' Robbins book cart drill team comes together to rehearse a song and book cart choreographed routine for the Massachusetts Library Association competition. This year, the song that the team chose is Sweet Dreams Are Made of These by the Eurythmics. Great tune from the 80s, and I'm really, really excited to share this video with you. It only took a few hours of rehearsal, if you could believe it, and we also had some dedicated volunteer hours from our incredibly talented librarian, Rob Lorino, who did the videography, and we also had Mary Harth involved in the cinematography. So this was staff produced, all staff star, and I have a cameo in this production. So without further ado, here is the video of our 2017 Rockin' Robbins. So that was pretty great, right? How often do you see a book cart drill team competition video? And I'm proud to say that we won first place in this year's competition. That means that we get money from Demco, a library supply company, to buy new book carts, which we are always in need of. So thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed that book cart drill team competition video. I also want to say that Barbara Fulchino deserves a lot of credit as our outgoing head of circulation. She was the one who championed the idea of creating a book cart drill team competition for the Robbins Library back in the day. And we wish Barbara a fond farewell as she embarks on retirement. And this was a great way for her to go out. She directed this year's show, and thank you. The Robbins Library is located in the center of town at 700 Massachusetts Avenue. The Fox Library is located at 175 Massachusetts Avenue in East Arlington, across from the Capitol Theater. The library can be reached by phone at 781-316-3200. The website for the Robbins and Fox Libraries is www.robbinslibrary.org.